This is an A-level chemistry survival guide on how to achieve those top grades that you want and deserve. These tips in this video will be crucial to helping you achieve your best. A-level chemistry is one of the toughest A-levels, but it can also be one of the most interesting and rewarding if you can get your head around it. Step 1. Prepare yourself. It's a big step up from GCSE. If you are currently in Year 11 and thinking of studying AS Chemistry, then these Headstart books are really helpful from CGP. This one's a physics one, but they do them in every subject. These books can help give you a head start so you can hit the ground running, especially if you've got a B or C kind of grade in GCSE. These books will be really helpful to help you bridge that gap. In A-level compared to GCSE chemistry, there's going to be a lot more depth, concepts, tricky concepts and definitions to learn, and a lot more calculations, which brings me on to math skills. There is a lot of maths in A-level chemistry, you cannot escape it. And if maths is something you're not so confident with, then I really recommend these books, Math Skills for A-level Chemistry. They are a really great help. It covers content from the 2-year A-level course with really nice, concise explanations that are different to your textbook ones, which is helpful, and worked examples, and there are questions which you can practice with answers on a website that you can download and check afterwards. And even if maths is your strong point, I've met many students who excelled in A-level maths and further maths, but struggled when it came to maths in chemistry. So I really do recommend that book, Math Skills for A-level Chemistry. If you don't want to buy it, ask your college or sixth form if they have it in stock in your library. Tip number 3 is to review your lesson notes frequently. Ideally, if you review your lesson notes on the evening that you had that lesson before you go to bed, that will help you remember them. And even better, if you can do it again in the morning as soon as you wake up, that helps keep the information in there. It helps with the recall. So it's really important to stay on top of things as you go along, especially in A-levels, otherwise you will very quickly get behind. And in chemistry, everything builds on top of everything else. So if you're struggling with a foundation concept that you did right at the beginning, then you'll soon get lost as you build on that and go further into your A-level content. So in summary, review your lesson notes that evening before you go to bed, and if you have time, again when you wake up the next morning. Tip number 4, stick your notes, especially things like moles equations, small things that you really need to remember, really important. In chemistry, you can't get anywhere without moles equations. So stick your notes around the house, especially in places that you go very often. So for me, I'd stick them on the fridge. For you, it might be your bedroom wall. Tip number 5 is be organised. In other words, get a folder. So all these loose sheets that lots of students have falling out of their exercise books, that same day, if you can pop those into a folder, keep them safe, pop them in the order that you got them, that will really help when it comes to you doing your revision, when it comes to doing homeworks, and if you're stuck on a question, you can look back, you know exactly where to find those practice worksheets that you did in class. So keep everything together in the order that you did it, nice and neat, plastic wallets, or you can hole punch them and just pop them in as they are. Another thing about organisation is it's really important to keep track of dates like when homeworks are due and when you have tests or assessed practicals. So you'll need either a diary or you can set reminders on your phone calendar. So in summary, be organised, get a folder, any kind of folder, and find a way to keep track of important dates like tests and when homeworks and other bits are due in. Tip number 6, do lots and lots of practice questions. The most effective way to revise for A-level chemistry is to do lots and lots of different types of questions. So the summary questions in the textbook, the practice questions at the end of a chapter in a textbook, and you can download past paper questions, so real exam questions, from lots of different websites, and I'll include this information down below along with how and where you can get the answers. So when you're doing these questions, do them by yourself first. So what I mean by yourself is don't peek at the answers. So you can use the textbook, you can use your class notes and anything like that. After you finish the questions, then look at the mark scheme or the answers and mark what you've done. Anything that you've got wrong, correct it. Have a look at the answer, read around the topic that question is in again, and if you still don't understand it, ask your teacher or ask a friend straight away. So don't leave it until you've moved on to a different topic. Always ask straight away. That is how you get the top grades. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, just correct them and ask and find out why the right answer is the right answer as soon as you can. And finally, tip number 7 is past paper questions. Lots and lots of them. You could probably guess this one was coming. So really important, the last thing you should do as part of your revision after you've done your textbook questions and other bits is exam questions. My secondary school science teacher always used to say, the more you do, the more you learn. And that is absolutely true. There are lots of really great websites where you can download lots and lots of past paper questions by exam board, and I've included those links down below. So the really important thing that you pick up by using past paper questions as part of your revision is exam technique, and that is so important. I'll talk a lot more about past paper questions in a future video, and also about how to use your textbook and the questions in there as part of your revision, depending what kind of grade you are aiming for as well. So in conclusion, that's 7 tips to success. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe and engage with the video. Share it with friends if you think it will be helpful for you and your classmates. And as tough as chemistry is, if you enjoy a challenge, you're resilient and you stay on top of it, it is a really interesting and rewarding subject that opens many options. Any questions, please post them down below and I will do my best to answer all of them. And lastly, but not least, good luck with your studies and thank you so much for watching. Bye.